Maybe I've been posting. Okay, so basically, last night or in the next couple of weeks, actually, every next couple of days, maybe. Oh, I don't have that long. So basically, a week, maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna be researching in the book of Judges, specifically chapter 6, but then it may expand outward to other verses that include Gideon, of course. This is for a um, like we're gonna be teaching the kids and stuff, and so for a conference at Indonesian, it's an Indonesian Becca S. I don't know. I have this shirt, but I don't really. Yeah, just it's an organization that celebrates Indonesians and Christianity and stuff like that, and it's and also it includes other you know for example Catholics, but there is standards. Uh, okay, well, enough about that. Um, okay, let's get so let's go. Where was I? Okay, wait, is this book? Is this page messed up? Yeah, probably. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is. I should have got. I should have already kind of got there. Okay, so today we will be still doing in the book of Genesis, of course. So, um, but okay, so I studied the first verse, and actually it's not even done yet. Uh, so, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian 7 years. Okay? Alright. Okay, I wrote this. Yeah, I wrote. Okay. So I wrote the same verse down. Okay? So their evil was not hidden from God. God does not approve of evil plans, right? Their evil plans caused God to, number one, to abandon Israel. Well, of course, there's like many things here, right? To cause the fourth servitude. Okay, abandon Israel. Not just one person, but okay, I'll get to that. God's face was hidden, you know. The separation, God separated himself from them. Servitude, as I just said. Forsaken, physical death, and maybe other things, okay? So when God take does take action, all right, the consequences, uh, it can be severe, right? The impact of the people can impact the people immediately, all right. So even this happened, for example, to David. He sinned, and when God judged him, it was crazy judgment. Even though God forgave him, you'd see the impact throughout his whole life. How you guys doing? Rosie, Mina, God bless you. Thank you. Um, so the Lord judged Israel as a whole, not just individually. And the Lord delivered his people into the hand of Midian for 7 years. How does this connect with uh, other things that are 7 years too? Okay. What was the hand of Midian like? All right. And so, um, In other verses, according to the Bible, Israel had many consequences. They were defeated by the Midianites. That's a big that's a big one, right? Because God usually gave victory to Israel, but in this case they were defeated, and the remnant that actually still believed in God um, lived in caves and mountains, right? In strongholds, right? These are try to places of safety, just like Basra, right? What's another place? Petra. Okay, the Amalekites came against them, right? Came up against them. Crops were damaged and destroyed, and the increase, um, um, and also the increase and their increase. Basically, all the crops, a lot of the good crops were destroyed, right? And the animals were destroyed and affected as well. So the animals were destroyed, and the multitude with the camels entered the the land to destroy it. How did they get so many people in Midian? Is Midian actually part of the Arab culture? I don't know. So it's something I'm gonna have to research. I don't know much about Midian, so I want to find out their culture, their religion. I know that they had the priest of Midian. Remember back in Moses' day. Uh, but I think this is after Moses' day, so I don't know what happened after that. Israel was greatly impoverished, according to the Bible, and many were in bondage. Okay, so that's my minute for that. I guess I maybe took longer than a minute. Okay, so tomorrow I'll do some more research and I'll add to this, and then we will continue on. Okay, and also I was thinking, I noticed. Okay, chapter 6 of Judges. Okay, let's go down to verse 6. All right, 666, huh? Okay, not in English, the sixth word, because it's just because. But in Hebrew, what is the sixth word in Hebrew? So we're gonna. And Israel was greatly impoverished because the Midianites and the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. I believe it was cried, but that's another thing I'm gonna research. If it turns out to be nothing, well then it turns out to be nothing. Okay. All right. So let's continue on to the actual reading that I wanted to do. So let's go do that. So we're in Genesis chapter 48. 46. All right, here we go. 48. Okay, Joseph with his sons visited his sick father, and so on and so forth. Um, and it came to pass after these things that one told Joseph, "Behold, their father is sick." I wonder if I reread this chapter or not, but we'll read it again. He took with him his probably his children, oh yeah, his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, and one told Jacob and said, "Behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee, and Israel strengthened himself and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared unto me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and blessed me, and said unto me, Behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee. I will make of thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possession. And now, two sons and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee into Egypt. I came unto thee into Egypt, are mine, as Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. And thy issue which thou begettest after them shall be thine, and shall be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance. Verse 7. And as for me, when I came from Padan, Rachel died by me in the land of Canaan, in the way when yet there was but a little way to come unto Ephrath, meaning Bethlehem. And I buried her there on the way of Ephrath. The same is Bethlehem. Also, it used to be called Luz, or I heard it was called Luz back in the day. Anyway, and Israel, behold, Joseph's son, and said, Who are these? And Joseph said unto his father, They are my sons, whom God hath given me in this place. And he said, Bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them and embraced them. And Israel said unto Joseph, I had not thought to see thy face, and lo, God hath showed me also thy seed. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand, toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his right hand, and brought them near unto him. And Israel stretched out his right hand and laid upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his his left hand was upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hand willingly. For Manasseh was the firstborn. And he blessed Joseph and said, God, before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the God which fed me all my life long until this day. The the angels which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them, and the name of my fathers, Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. All right, hold on. Verse 17. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. He wanted to switch it. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand unto his head. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son. I know it. He also shall become a people, and he shall also be great. And truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh, the younger before the older. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but God shall be with you, and bring you out again unto the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. Okay, we're going to continue actually. So there's like a little introduction. Sorry. So and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed. Then defilest thou it, he went up to my couch. Boo. Sorry. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their as assembly of mine honor. Not be not thou united in anger. They slew a man in their self willed. They digged down a wall. Oh, thank you, Charlie. Thank you for coming back. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. All right, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey of my son thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? The scepter, oh, this is an interesting one. The scepter shall not depart from Judah. Thou, sorry, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. So that means, what do you think it means, guys? What do you think that means? Does that mean that there's going to be a human ruler for the? Well, God did promise it through David's line, but then he also cursed the line, if you remember. Okay, in Jeremiah chapter, I think it's chapter 31. So how did he fix this issue? Well, the Holy Spirit used a different way, and the issue is fixed through Mary, through Mary's line. Okay, so by the use of Mary, that fixed that whole thing. That allowed Jesus to become, in the future, to become the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He already is now. He's ruling and reigning in heaven for you. Okay, until Shiloh come, and until his unto him and unto him shall the gathering of the people be, binding his foal, like the donkey that he's riding, uh, unto the vines, just like the one mentioned in Zechariah chapter 9, verse 9. Let me continue to read this though. And his ass is colt unto the choice vine. He washed his garment in wine, and his uh, clothes in the blood of grapes, referring to Isaiah 63. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Zebulun shall dwell in the haven of the sea, and he shall be. Let's continue. Sorry, the shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Issachar is a strong ass, couching down between two burdens. So why was I? Oh, I wasn't feeling good last week. So sorry, I wasn't live. I feel like I want to catch up, so we're gonna read the next two chapters and finish this book off. And he saw the rest. He saw that rest was good, and the land that was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a serpent unto tribute. Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path that biteth the horse's heels. This is could be way in the future, possibly during the book of Revelation, right? Or maybe it happened, there could be a far fulfillment and a near fulfillment, right? Um, so that his rider shall fall backward. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. Gad is a troop. Gad a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words. Joseph is a fruitful bough, even a fruitful bough by a well, whose branches run over the wall. The arches have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. This is in Psalm 90, I believe. I don't know. It doesn't mention it in this particular. Hold on. No, I just know. Go look up Psalm 90. I think it's Psalm 90. Okay, the archers have sorely grieved him, and shot at him, and hated him. But his bow abode in strength, and his arm and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From thence is a shepherd, the stone of Israel, even by the God of thy fathers, who shall help thee, and by the mighty, the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven, above blessings of the deep, that shall the hold on, I messed up here. The blessings of how come, what's wrong with my camera here? There we go. The blessings of Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lieth under, blessings of the breasts and of the womb, the blessings of thy father hath prevailed above the blessings of my uh, progenitors unto the uttermost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. Right? Remember, he wore the coat of many colors. Right? Benjamin shall raven as a wolf, and in the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil. Even though he was almost wiped out, he almost wiped out Israel. Just that one tribe, so he's really a powerful tribe. Um, all these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is it. Okay, this is it. All right, this is it. that their father spake unto them, and blessed them, every one according to his blessing, he blessed them. And he charged them, and said unto them, I am to gather, I am to be gathered unto my people, bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite. Try through the word. Okay. Oh, uh, try through the word. Okay. Okay, I will. Is it the? I wonder if I can install it on my other um, tablet, or would I have to get a what do you call it tablet, an Android tablet, in order to use it? Okay, through the word. I'll have to write that down. Hold on. It's an app, right? Well, let me write this down. Okay, got it. I'm gonna I'm gonna download it on my phone, and then I'll see if I can get it, and then I'll use it. Okay, where was I? Okay, I think we're on verse 30. In the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the field of Canaan, which Abraham brought or bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for possession of a burying place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah, his wife. There they buried Isaac, Rebekah, his wife, and there I buried Leah, and he's gonna bury him. He's also gonna be buried there. The purchase of the field of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost, and was gathered unto his people. And this phrase is going to be seen again. Um, okay, this one is 26 verses. Let's see if we can finish this out. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants and physicians to embalm his father, and the physicians embalmed Israel. All right. And 40 days were fulfilled for him, so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed, and the Egyptians mourned for him 60 and 10 days. Well, that's like 70 days of mourning. And when the days of mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me to swear, saying, Lo, I die in my grave, which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan. There shall thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up. Okay. Let me go up and bury my father, and I will come again. And the Pharaoh said, Go up, bury thy father, according as he made thee swear. And Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, and all the house of Joseph and his brethren, and all the father's house, only their little ones and their flocks and their herds they left in the land of Goshen. And and there went up with him both chariot and horsemen, and it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan, and there they mourned with the great and the very same, the very sore lamentation, and he made a mourning for his father 7 days in that place. Right? And when the inhabitants of the land of Canaan, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, This is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians, wherefore the name of it was called Abel Mithraim, which is beyond Jordan. And his sons did unto him according as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave in the cave of Machpelah, which Abraham bought with the field for a possession, a burying place of Ephraim the Hittite before Mamre. Okay. Alright, hold on. This verse 14. Let's kind of take a breather. Okay. And Joseph returned into Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father after he had buried his father. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph. All right, we're almost there. Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. Now, and now we pray thee forgive the trespass of the servants of the of God, of thy fathers. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. And his brethren also went in and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for I am in the for am I not in the place? Or fear not, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, ye thought it evil against me, but God meant it unto good to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now, therefore, fear ye not. I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them with a nice tone. Let's see. It wasn't like, oh, the power tone. It was the nice tone. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house. And Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation, the children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up unto Joseph's knees. Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and God will surely visit you, and bring you out of this land unto the land which he sware to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. So Joseph died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. Boom! So this book started with what? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and then somebody dying. So next chapter, the next book is in Exodus, and we'll read that. I guess we'll take our time because it's kind of thick too. So God bless you. All right, so Exodus next. Wow, I'm just taking my time with this. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to read through the Bible. We already read through the New Testament mostly. Um, so I didn't really get to, let's see, Matthew, Mark, Luke. I didn't get to those. So we'll stop there when we get to Luke, and then I don't know what to do after that. We're going to figure it out. So anyway, God bless you. Thank you. And have a wonderful day tomorrow. All right. Take a rest. Okay, I will. I won't forget to try the app. I'm going to install it right now, okay? I promise. All right, bye.